Hi everyone. Okay, we're going to do a worked example from section 3.5, derivatives of trig functions. This is problem number 201 in our textbook, so you can go find it. And the problem says, let the position of a swinging pendulum in simple harmonic motion be given by S of t equals a times cosine of t plus b times sine of t. And they want to find the constants a and b such that when the velocity is 3 centimeters per second, S is equal to 0 and T is equal to 0. So we have a few things going on here that I want to point out. So number one, S is often the name of a function for position. It's just a common convention that's used. So just sort of be aware of that. Also, they've told us that A and B are constants, right? So that means we're going to find numbers for A and B. That's our goal, is to find these numbers, actual numerical values. And let's see, it's a swinging pendulum, so something's going back and forth, simple harmonic motion, and they've given us this formula. And then we need to figure out what A and B are. Always remember what the question is, find the constants A and B. And they've given us this information that when the velocity is 3 centimeters per second, S is equal to 0 and T is equal to 0. So velocity is related to position. How? You should know this, right? So the derivative of position gives us velocity. So let's do this problem. So v of t, the velocity, is equal to s prime of t, the derivative of s. And we see that s of t is a times cosine of t plus b times sine of t. So the derivative of cosine is minus sine of t. Don't forget your minus sign. So this is minus a cosine of t, whatever a is. And derivative of sine, I wrote the wrong thing, minus a times sine of t. And then plus the derivative of sine is cosine plus b cosine of t. So that is the velocity function. And they've told us that we want to figure out what a and b are, that when the velocity is 3 centimeters per second. So velocity is 3 centimeters per second is equal to minus a times sine of 0, so sine of 0, plus b times cosine of 0. So 3 is equal to sine of 0 is 0, cosine of 0 is 1. So that's telling us that b is equal to 3. So we found one of the two numbers that we're trying to find. And then we need to find another number a, and so we've already used this velocity information, but they've also told us, so we have to go back, what other information do we have? They've also told us that the velocity is 3 centimeters per second, s is equal to 0 and t is equal to 0. So we also know that s is equal to 0 at the same time. So we can go back to our original function s of t and say, oh, s is equal to 0 when we have t is 0. A times cosine of 0 plus b times sine of 0. Okay, and now in this case we have cosine of 0 is 1, so that's telling us that a is equal to 0, and sine of 0 is 0, so that's telling us that a is equal to 0. So really this position function, it turns out a was already 0 and b is 3, so it's really just 3 times sine of t. There actually isn't any cosine contribution to this function at all.